Hello friends, welcome to the Trading Temple channel. Today we're going to talk about ICP, do a brief analysis of Internet Computer, and also take a quick look at Bitcoin and the total market cap for the entire crypto market. So the chart you're seeing is the ICP chart, Internet Computer. Today is Saturday and its price is close to $3.50. It's been pretty stable today with no significant upward or downward movement, just stable. Up to this point, we've talked a lot about ICP over the past month, after that strong upward move it had, which was nearly a 250% increase, and above expectations. It was expected that it could hold itself at these two support levels we had here. The first support level was here, which was around $6, and the second support level was around $4.50, but unfortunately, it couldn't hold at either of these supports. It couldn't hold, and this straight line is moving downward, and there was also a short-term support level here. If we look at the 4-hour time frame, you can see that right here, around the $4 mark, it had a good support level. Unfortunately, when it lost that support here, it did a backtest and is now continuing its downward trend. In the short term, this is what I see for ICP. There's a strong chance that ICP will go down and head towards $3 to test that level again. The main support level for ICP is in this area, which is around $2.80 to $3. If the price drops from here to that range, it would be approximately, unless something special happens here that makes us bullish on ICP again. For now, we're not bullish on the crypto market as a whole. There's a possibility of further declines, because later I'll show you on the Bitcoin chart what events are likely to happen. As you can see in this, the short-term support was lost, and now it's acting as resistance and has several gaps down here to fill these gaps, which are close to $3. What makes ICP bullish for those who are waiting to see when ICP will finally go up? There are two levels I want to explain to you. If ICP wants to turn bullish, take control of the market, and act as a leader, like the move it had in ICP needs to get back above these two levels that we've drawn here, meaning it should come back here and do a back test. It should test these areas as support and then move upward. In this section, in this box that I'm drawing here, ICP faces very strong resistance, so there's a high chance it will get rejected. The price might come up to that area, get rejected again, and go back down. ICP will reach this area if Bitcoin heads toward $100,000. If Bitcoin doesn't move toward $100,000 and instead gets rejected from here and drops to $75,000, is it likely that ICP will also move toward $3 from here? That is, ICP's price could drop another 15%, but why do I say here? Is it a major resistance? It's because, as you can see here, there's a very strong resistance at this level. It has acted as support several times here, and when it was broken, this support has acted as resistance, and now it will act as resistance again. And this resistance is very strong. And on the other hand, if you look at the moving averages, you can see that all the ICP moving averages are located in this area, which makes things very difficult for ICP's price. This area will most likely get rejected, and let's see in the next few days if anything bullish happens. For now, we don't see anything bullish for ICP unless it goes back above $4.50. Until then, for now, everything is bearish, and the likelihood of ICP going lower is higher. Let's move on. There's something interesting on the Bitcoin chart that I want to show you, because as I mentioned before, if you want to analyze an altcoin, you should always analyze the Bitcoin chart as well. Bitcoin is in a very complicated situation. As you can see, Bitcoin has entered a downtrend, and if we draw a trend line from up here down, you'll see it. I drew this blue trend line on the 4-hour chart. It's clearer. You can see that Bitcoin has hit this trend line several times, and each time it does, it gets rejected and goes down, gradually moving lower and lower. What held Bitcoin here and where it made a good bounce? It was the 100-week moving average that managed to hold Bitcoin in this area and gave it a good bounce up toward $93,000. But now what we're seeing, Bitcoin has formed a flag. When we're in a downtrend and a flag forms, there's a strong chance that Bitcoin will continue its downward path. What you see here is a flag. Look, the price has dropped sharply here and then forms a flag. It continues on its path again, and the next target we want to find for Bitcoin. Look, Bitcoin has a very strong support level here, close to $75,000, and at the same time, on the daily time frame, we see that Bitcoin has a gap here, and personally, I think that if Bitcoin moves downward, it will lose this support level as well and drop further, aiming to fill this gap. It might even make a wick, go down to fill the gap, and then come back above this support level, which is $75,000. But personally, I think Bitcoin will go down to around $70,000 and test its previous all-time highs, and that's what we're observing right now. The thing is, Bitcoin has entered a kind of slump and is facing very strong resistance. As you can see, it has this downward trend line. It also has this channel that we've drawn now, and when it hit this channel, it got rejected again, and at the same time, it's facing heavy resistance, around $93,000, which is where we would look for the next target. We can copy the leg that Bitcoin dropped and place it here to find the next area and see where it could go. Most likely, Bitcoin could fill this gap up to the point I just explained. And down to around $70,000, Bitcoin will probably drop. Unless Bitcoin manages to break through these levels and go higher, which would be very good. In that case, the probability of it going up increases, but when it comes to a reversal, it shouldn't lose this level. I mean, look, Bitcoin might go back up and break through these two levels. Break through 3 levels, test $100,000, do a back test, and then go up again. In this move, everything is great, everything is perfect because it tested this area as a support level and managed to hold this level. But if it can't hold this level, goes up and then falls down and drops below $93,000, it will get difficult again and continue its downward path. For now, this structure that we're seeing here will most likely be able to reject Bitcoin and push it down. There's a small chance that Bitcoin can break through these 3 levels we've drawn here. Let's also take a look at the total without Bitcoin and Ethereum. Look, this is the situation here. It's pretty much the same. Almost a double bottom structure had formed. But as I explained in the previous video, this double bottom wasn't confirmed. This double bottom gets confirmed when the price goes above this high that was made here. When the price comes to this area, the double bottom will be confirmed. It wasn't confirmed, and here it hit again. It was rejected by this trend line and also this resistance. The next target we see for the total market cap is at this next support level, in this area where there's a sharp drop. It will be a 15% drop downwards, unless this trend line we've drawn here and this resistance are broken by the price and it moves up. If it moves upward, then we can become about 40% to 50% bullish, meaning that in the medium term, crypto might perform better. For now, nothing is bullish. Almost everything is bearish, and this leg that we had here has only formed a single flag. We have to see whether this flag can break upwards and if this double bottom will be confirmed or not. That was today's video about ICP. We also took a quick look at Bitcoin and the total market cap. I'd be happy if you like and subscribe. Trading is never straightforward and everything is tied to probability. Until the next video, take care.